Sag, welcome to your intimate tarot reading. I hope you're well. I hope you are fabulous. If you're new to the channel and you'd like to know why I read intimate tarot, specifically sexual energy, it will be outlined for you in the description box. Heads up, if you are indeed that Sagittarius who is sensitive around the topics of sexual energy, sexual identification, sexual details at all in any way, shape, or form, I want you to go ahead, feel free, pass this one up. This is not the message for you. I will see you in a couple of weeks. No offense taken. All right? I would never have you watch anything that crosses your values because you will take nothing from it. And that's true for all tarot. All right? There you go. It's that simple. Personally, I understand and believe to be true, sexual energy is part of who we are, like any other energy type. Therefore, it has a role to play in our lives as individuals. Thus, it stands to reason it affects our relationships as well. There you go. The more you know. And I also find that intimate tarot tends to be my longest reading types. And I'll tell you why. Sexual energy tends to be the most misunderstood and the most neglected. A lot of people are walking around not understanding what's going on in them at that sexual energy level, energetic level. Some people can be completely detached from their sexual experiences. Other people are very much immersed in them. A lot of people are somewhere in between. But yeah, it's good to know, and we should know these things. It doesn't matter how minimized it is, or how maximized it is in your world, or how you label it. It's part of who you are. And what we do with it as human beings, or what we don't do with it, says a lot about us. What doesn't it say about us? What we're doing, why we're doing it, where we're going, if at all. Let's talk about it. The basic rules apply, like always. Take what resonates, leave it does not. Reverse energies as it applies. If it's a non-reversal reading, I will tell you. Okay? Show me. Show me that Sagittarian sexual energy. Show me that Sagittarian sexual energy. Show me that Sagittarian. Show me that Sagittarian sexual energy, please. Oh boy, it's going to be like that today, huh? Mm-hmm. And I can see a wide variety of things, guys. Of course, everybody's favorite, my favorite too, of course, is newly formed sexual energies that are charging up, they're connecting. Whoo, what's going on here? Those are the best. But I also see everything else too. Established couples, where they're at, singular entities, single folks who are contemplating their sex energies of the past, still working through things. I never know. What's going on? We're going to go throw down your baseline real quick. Okay. Oh. Well, you're feeling better now, so that's the point. Okay. You're in a much better place. All right. Oh. How interesting. Okay. Well, somebody here is working with a quarter. One side of that quarter says one thing, and the other side of the other quarter says something else. They got an A-B side to their mixtape. They got a side A and they got a side B. I guess is better said than quarter. I'll get back to that. So, the Hermit, Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, you are opening up to new sexual energy and sexual experiences, not without a serious contemplation phase. I always like seeing the Hermit in some way in sexual tarot because it means he's giving serious reflection upon our sexual energies of the past and all our experiences that led up to this point. How has it lended to us? Has it kept us on a good path? Has it kept us in touch with our own energies, what we're doing with ourselves sexually and in our relationships, what we learned from it, all that. Very retrospective. It's calm, it's quiet. And you've learned a lot, enough so that you feel safe to open yourself up to something new. You got your page here, but it's the most curious page. It's the most open page. And it's looking like you are beginning to explore from a safe space. You're coming from a kind of intense sexual energy with somebody. I'm going to go ahead and take an assumption it's this. Whew, your strength, Six of Cups. You believe in soul bonds. You do. You do. You believe in soul bond energy. That's beautiful. You believe that also, P.S., your sex and your emotions should be spiritually linked up together. I also believe that as well. That's a beautiful thing to believe in. It says you take your sex to a very important place, and when you share it with somebody, it needs to be the right person. Okay? You're not into randos. You're not into randoms. You're not into well, I can get my rocks off tonight kind of energy. Anybody can do that. You're saying, I could do that, but I don't want to. I am interested in new, or I'm trying to open up to new, but it also has to be legit new with the Ace of Pentacles. And P.S. the bond has to be something unique and special, otherwise what's the point? I'm right there with you. It does need to be unique and special, so I share that with you, I promise you. Obstacles, relationship energy, something to do with the Four of Wands. Being concerned about a relationship, is it going to go somewhere? Is it going to mean the same thing to somebody? It could be a relationship that's kind of obstacle, as in it may not be completely done, I don't know, or perhaps you have difficult views about relationships at this time. We shall see. Moving forward, you don't know, but you're looking forward to it. So you're trying to have what we call healthy expectations or reasonable hope. That's good. I do not advocate false hope. I do not like false waiting. I don't like any of that garbage. Reasonable hope is I can look out on the horizon and I can expect good things to come in because I'm ready and I'm prepared. That's reasonable hope. That's reasonable expectations. Unreasonable hope and unreasonable expectation says, I have no reason to hope that that thing will work out, but I still hope it will. How many years later? That's bad, and that's the one I see all the time. That's not what you're doing. You have reasonable hope. You're looking at something on the horizon with expectation that it will be good and warm. You have some sort of worry, concern, or trepidation surrounding relationship energy. We'll see what that is. But let's talk about that opening. So, as a tarot reader, there's a couple things you should always pay attention to. Your opening and your dead center. Your dead center makes perfect sense to me. That's in sync. Okay? Your opening is like, we have some devil issues. Now, what does the devil mean in sexual tarot? Really intense sexual desires for somebody. It could have gotten patternized. It could have gotten toxic. We might have gotten a little addicted to someone's sexual energy. They could have gotten a little addicted to our sexual energy. Unrequited sexual energy, it's sky's the limit. But it's the ultimate form of sexual tension. Something that we were indulging in over and over again because we go, oh God, it feels so good. I don't know how to let it go. I don't know how to let it go. Oh, I'm so addicted. And it makes me feel so intense, right? Or it could be unrequited. I really want that person, but it's not coming together. And so we get a little sexually inundated. We get a little sexually fixed. Now, if there's more to it than just the sexual intrigue and frustration, I don't know. We're going to have to clarify. Point is, honey, wherever it is you came from, Scorpio had something not too long ago. It wasn't their intimate tarot reading. It was the one before that, where they started out from, this is coming from a negative space, and they turned it around. Okay. And that's kind of what I'm seeing for you. We fast forward a little bit. Present day, your sexual energy feels a lot healthier, cleaner, a better representation of you. The Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups in sexual tarot, she says, my heart's along for this too. It's not just my sex. It's not just my dick or my vagina dictating my actions. It comes from my heart. And I think this is a better representation of who you are, and likely where you always were prior to this. Typically, when somebody does that card has that cold opening with the devil. That usually tells me by default that's just not who they are, but that's where they ended up. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and take a guess this is naturally who you are. Your sex and your feelings are together. In other words, I'm a whole package. You cannot have from me one without the other. I have to love you to fuck you. Right? I'm like that too. I understand. Yeah, without emotional trust, without emotional development, without having some sort of significance or meaning to it, sex is irrelevant. I completely agree. So there came a point, though, where you weren't like that, and that was the not too far past. Knights of Pentacles, you were slowly exiting and getting back into your natural state of Queen of Cups. I was about to say natural state of grace. That would actually be the Queen of Wands for you. But you have a Queen of Cups, so you might have some strong water. But the point is that you have a big heart regardless of water being in your chart or not. And sexually speaking, you're like, no, for sex to have any relevance to me, for it to feel good at all, to have a place in my life, I have to love you. You know, and I might have forgotten that, or I might have gotten a little obsessed with you, but that's not who I am. This is who I am. Fuck that. And you slowly but surely exited that. It took a minute, but you got there. Now, here's what's really interesting. This person has a really interesting, I said quarter, but it's a mixtape. They got a really interesting mixtape. They have side A and they have side B. Side A is pretty okay. Side B is, well, I'm sure that those are their favorite hits, but they're not exactly your favorite hits. Okay, so their sexual energy towards you by all rights says they're in pain and that it's dead. It's over. They have no more sexual anything to do with you, Sag. It hurts. You hurt me. It's over. I want you back, Magician. That's side A. I wonder which part of this person is more likely to win. I'm not saying that they can win you back. I'm not saying that they should try. What I'm saying is their energy is what they're responsible for. We all are at the end of the day. We are all responsible for these conditions we get ourselves in, and we are all responsible for the conditions we get ourselves out of and into. Ownership of our energy, what we're doing, why we're doing it, motivation. Was it just sex? Was it just love? What do you want from me? What's the point? What are your intentions? What are you trying to do? And that's what I want to know for this person. They're manifesting, but they're also saying, no, I'm not. It's over. Huh. So, and it's that unrequited energy that makes me think how you got into that devil energy. It's, I want this, no, I don't. I want this, no, I don't. And that tug of war, it's going to take a price on the soul, honey. That tug of war. I want this, no, I don't. It creates patterns. It creates toxicity. It creates that intensity that's neither healthy nor terribly productive, because we're caught up in that push and pull dynamic constantly. And it's going to create some sort of devil. It doesn't look like a long-standing devil. By that I mean it's just not who you are. I think you got caught up into it, and I think we've all done that from time to time. I got caught up into this. I see that now. Let's see what the reasons were. It wasn't necessarily good for me, but by God, I wanted it. I can admit that to myself. Just because the devil's there doesn't mean love was there. Let's get that out of the way right now. A lot of people think the devil can't love. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh, no, no. Would it scare you to realize that the devil, not only can he love, but when he loves, holy shit. Tainted love, baby. Sometimes I feel I've got to run away. Why? It's tainted love. Love comes, you've heard this, love comes in all shapes, forms, and sizes. It can also come from a dark place, an intense place, a toxic place. You know. Oh yeah, that is a real thing. That is for sure real. I'm not saying it's good love. That's the reason why it's the devil's love. It's not necessarily good or healthy. I don't know. Let's take a look. Bare minimum, we're talking desires here. Strong ones. Very strong impulses. Oh! Oh, Lord help me. I can't. Yeah, I know. You couldn't either. It was... Oh no, sad. Oh no. Sad. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that was so hard. That was what he said. Oh. It's so hard. Yes, it was. Oh, God. That sexual tension, you can cut it through a knife. Oh. It was hard to push that one away, wasn't it? You didn't want to. Oh, honey, I'm not laughing at you or not. It's just I appreciate that energy. I know what that dynamic is like. Thank God I've only experienced it once in my life, and that was enough. But no, I know what that feeling's like. It's so intense, and you're like... And it takes like a lot of will to not engage. It takes a lot of will to push it away. And you didn't want to push it away. You wanted to be like, give me. I know, but somebody here exuded strength of will to push this away. I got earth energy here. Capricorn and Taurus does not have to be. But yeah, so there's that sexual intensity, and then, oh no, we clarify that with some Ace of Wands. Forget about it. Sexual tension through the roof much? It didn't just wasn't through the, it smashed through the fucking roof. That's how high it was. 9 of Wands, somebody blocked it. No, 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 no. You, 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 not you. Go away, you sexy bitch. Go away. It's kind of like that. That's how thick that sexual energy is. Oh, honey. Oh, honey. Oh, my, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Blocked. 9 of Wands. Somebody wouldn't speak in terms of intentions or their sexual frustration. So 9 of Wands is just another representation of sexual frustration, but to the point of having to block. It's not like 5 of Wands, which is also sexual frustration, but it's actually happening in the real world in form of arguments or attitude. 9 of Wands is just, I can't talk about this. It's way too frustrating. It's way too thick. I got to push it away. And then the King of Pentacles. So this, it doesn't feel like it's you. It could have been the other person. It just doesn't feel like it's you. I mean, it could be. But the tension was thick. Here, somebody here, bare minimum, a lot of sensuality attached to them. Senses, senses, senses. So that King, Queen of Pentacles and sexual energy is all about the senses, what I can touch, taste, hear, etc. So this was a highly sensual connection. It was passion-driven, sex-driven, sensual-driven. Senses and sexuality are not the same. People often confuse the two. Just because you're sensual doesn't mean you're sexual, and just because you're sexual doesn't mean you're sensual. That's the difference between foreplay and making out and just jumping straight into the act. Big difference between the two. Okay, we want a little warm-up show. So here we have both. And somebody got addicted to the sensory experience, what they were touching, tasting, seeing, smelling, etc. They got addicted to that. Somebody else was addicted to the heat and the tension and the passion. And somewhere in there between these two characters were interacting on a, what looks like an addictive cycle between I highly, highly, highly desire this. And I got to push it the fuck away. So we got caught up in a cycle. And it was an addictive cycle. Little dramatic, high levels of tension causes the drama. Unrequited possibly might have been part of a game in that sense of keeping the tension high, but it never comes down. Okay, big difference between the tension being high and being blocked and the tension being high and coming down. I don't see the tension going high and coming down. I just see it being high and then blocked. Oh, isn't that fun? Right? And so, there, in other words, no relief. There's very little relief here. It's just all tension all the time. That it was constantly blocked, not meted out, not experienced. It's just a bunch of fucking energy that's up in the air. And it just stayed there. And then it was pushed off. Oh. So, it's looking like you took some Tums or antacid because you cooled off quite a bit with that Queen of Cups. So I don't know how much time has passed, but I think this is a better representation of who you are. Your sex should come from a loving, healthy space, right? And I'm not saying you didn't love this person. I don't know what their feelings were for you, but I'm not saying you didn't love them, but I'm also saying there was just so much tension here and a cyclic, patternized drama of the senses and the passion and the heat, but there was no relief. It doesn't look relieving at all. It doesn't. It does look a little addictive, and that's what addictions are like. I need this to bring the tension down, except that was a fallacy here because the tension would never come down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it felt so addictive, honey. That tension will build up again to connect, and when you did, everything's flying, but it just stayed up in the air, suspended or perpetually blocked. It's disheartening, really, and obviously not satisfying. You get a little bit of it, but it's addictive. It's not actually soothing, and it's not actually satisfying, which is what good sexual energy is. When it comes together, it should be soothing to the soul. It should be satisfying to the body and to the senses. It should, in other words, calm the hell down, because two bodies, they're healing with each other, and they're bonding with each other, and they're soothing each other. That's what I'm saying. It's all tension, and it won't level out. That's not good. Okay, Queen of Cups, please. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups. Show me that Queen of Cups, please. Show me that Queen of Cups. Oh, I just love this deck. It's a magic deck. You know how it is when you have a magic deck in your hands. And everything just feels right with that magic deck in your hands. And you're like, there's nothing I can't do to my magic deck. That's how I feel about this deck. Five of Cups, Queen of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. Okay, the blockage remains. At this time, yes, you have the sexual energy in you, no doubt. You yourself operate, I feel like you both are highly sensual creatures. A huge appreciation for sound, like music, what you can see visually, taste, like food, okay, stuff like that. Highly sensual, the both of you, but you're blocking it. There's something in here that says, yeah, look, you're showing me Queen of Cups and Queen of Pentacles, highly feminine energy. I'm not saying that you are female, I'm saying it's a highly feminine energy that suggests, I love myself. I love my self-worth. My body is sacred. My heart is sacred. And whatever this is doesn't suit me. It is someone of the past, the Five of Cups. Someone whom you had emotional attachment. I told you. I'm not saying you didn't love this person. I know you did. Five of Cups automatically tells me there was love. Because you can't be pain. You can't have pain and echoes of the heart unless your heart was hurt. That means if your heart was hurt, you had to have love. But it's also past love. This is someone you've known a long time, and it resulted in heartbreak. Again, you cannot have a broken heart unless you had a heart to break to begin with. And who you are is actually very soft, emotionally generous, but a very strong sense of your body and the harmony that should be within it. Your sexual energy here is with the Seven of Wands, and you're not having to block as hard. The tension's coming down. I told you this was a constant tension that you had to physically block in the 3D. Here the tension is coming down because you're no longer participating in this cycle. So it's not that you're being soothed. It's not that you received emotional or sexual release. It's because you're just no longer participating in it. I don't know that it's actually over. I did not see the world or death. And even then, those two are negotiable. But for right now, your energy is not on this particular shelf anymore. You're not engaging in it. And that's the only time I've seen your energy calm down. And it's not so tense, and it's kind of like I can settle back into myself. I remember who I am. When you're not engaging in this, you remember who you are. You are an emotionally developed human being, and you are a physically stable, resourceful, practical, reliable, sensual, loving, sexual being. And you're kind of like, this isn't suiting me. I'd rather be by myself right now. It does not please me emotionally, and it does not please me sexually. Here's your emotional energy, here's your sexual energy, and this dynamic fed neither. Okay? The best of your heart and the best of your sex was not being satisfied. I told you it was all tension, no relief. And this was fairly recent. This was fairly recent. And so you actually started blocking your energy from going out towards this situation. Okay? Not having it. I remember my heart. Thank you. As the Queen of Cups, I'm a whole human being with big feelings, and I love without apology or excuse, right? The Queen of Cups is very much like that. This is what I love. This is who I love, and I won't apologize for it. My feelings are my feelings. But also, I value myself. I know my self-worth. I know what my sex is worth. Thank you very much. And I know what my emotions are worth. Thank you very much. And the pain I feel for this makes me feel like neither. And no, it's just a no. It's a no. It's a no. I'm not emotionally satisfied with you, and I'm not sexually satisfied with you. It's who did I tell this to? The other Aries. I told this to Aries on their last reading. It was something like, I'd rather be alone than be with you. And you're kind of showing me something similar, you know. And you're right, with that much tension, unrequited, frustrating, sensually and sexually exciting as it may have been, there was no relief in it. It did not feed the better parts of you. It didn't. I see the better parts of you. Neither one of them were fed, sexually or emotionally. And it's just not who you're about. You've already told me this. It's also under your strengths. I want a real bond, the real soul bond that I can emotionally attach to and therefore sexually attach to, because my connections are important to me. They have to mean something. They have to have value. It can't just be an addictive thing where I'm really, really turned on for you and it goes nowhere and does nothing. What am I supposed to do with that? Show me that Knight of Pentacles, please. No. I remembered my worth. I remembered my worth. And right now you're in pain. You are slowly moving it forward. Moving yourself forward. How it will express itself in time, I could not say. But I'm glad to see the bigger parts of you are out and recognizing your true sense of self. That's not your true sense of self. It's what you were caught up in. It was temporary. It's just not who you are long term. You know, and I think we all have to take our particular trips on the devil merry-go-round from time to time. And you did your time. And, well, now you know what it's like. Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, Two of Swords. Yeah, you don't quite know the direction you're going, but once more you're telling me you're determined to discover the truth of where you're supposed to be. It's vague. It's not specific. I apologize for that. In terms of your intimacy, it's literally being kept to yourself. Four of Swords in tarot is, well, sexual tarot, is the representation of masturbation. I'm seeing to my own needs, my own quiet time. I'm feeding my own intimacy. I 100% encourage this. Masturbation is good for you. It is healthy. It is normal. It is natural. It puts you in a better disposition to understand your own needs, your own body, and, well, it's kind of like in its own way meditating. Again, there's all types of energy in us. Meditating is a form of spiritual practice, okay, of tuning up. Masturbation's like your physical version of that. It's not too far apart. Either way, you get to be in better touch with yourself, and it gives you some sense of relief. So, I see your energy not playing with anybody, if you will. It's not out for business. It's still under contemplation, healing. You are determining truths, Ace of Swords, about sexual history with this, past in the general sense. I see that over here. And, yeah, you don't quite know the direction of your future self, your future love life, or your future sex life, but you're working through it little by little. Okay? It's quiet, it's contemplative, it's restorative, it's healing, it's quiet. And that's where it needs to be. You're recovering. Okay? Now, let's slide on over. What do they want? Why are they showing Magician? The Magician, Ten of Swords. I want this? No, I don't. Right. Show me that Magician, please. And it's like, what do you want? Why are you knocking on my door? Because it looks like you're prepared to do nothing. What do we got? We got all talk, no game? What is it? What is it? Show me this. What's the Magician, please? That would explain all that tension. It goes up, and we push it off. In other words, nothing's resolved. The tension remains high, and we feed into the drama. And it does. It becomes dramatic. I don't know what it looked like for you two in the 3D, but there was energetic drama between you two because it kept it going. High state of unresolved tension. Show me that Magician, please. Show me the Magician, show me the Magician, show me the Magician for this person. I'm very curious. Curious. King of Swords. Temperance. You. The Lovers. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? If they know you're this special person, what's the deal? What's the problem? They said Sag is my lover, literally. They're manifesting you, specifically. It's bold as brass, I'll give them that. Beautiful. So what are they doing about it in the 3D? What? They're manifesting a solution by all rights. That's what I'm looking at in terms of their energy. Okay, that's cool. I respect that. They are manifesting it so long as they mean it. That's cool. I don't care. They're manifesting the solution. As we speak, they want to find a solution with you. They want to know how they can heal things with you, to work on things with you. The energy on the upfront on their side A of their mixtape is clean. It is. I even respect it a lot. I do. It is clean. I actually like this quite a bit. Upon clarification, the Magician, I'm actively manifesting participating again with Sagittarius or Temperance in time, your power card, healing specifically. In sexual tarot, this is sexual healing. So this is King of Swords, determined. I'm not saying that they want to run out there and make love to you. Perhaps they do. What I'm saying is that they want to soothe the energy between you two in the form of however that takes in terms of sexual healing. So I don't know what that is, but it's very strong. Now, I respect the lover's energy in its highest form. Always. I always have. I always will. It's a multi-layered bonding system, and it's terribly complicated. It takes a couple of rodeos to work that shit out. What does that mean? Well, you can go around the rodeo with your lover a couple of times. Now, the devil, with the lovers on the board, in direct opposition from left and rights, unrequited. Unrequited. I called it. It's unrequited. It would not come together the way it was supposed to, so you both got a little addicted to it. You both got chained to it. How it was meant to be and how it came about are two different things. What was keeping this from reaching its pinnacle of success, I could not say, but all the elements are here. This is just it was supposed to. In other words, you two are tailor-made for each other. They have that thing, I want my lover back. With the determination of that King of Swords, I don't fuck around with the King of Swords. I don't argue with him. I don't, because you're going to lose the argument. That King of Swords has the determination and a strong mind and a strong will. They're saying, I literally want to heal things with my lover. There's big spiritual energy there, and it's beautiful, and I applaud that. If and how this manifests, if this person's manifesting at the rate it looks like, it's a matter of time. But if it does come through, and they're not prepared for it, they will reject it. So, that's beautiful. I admire that. I do. I applaud it. It's good intentions, good spiritual energy behind it. I want to heal things with my lover. I want to soothe the energy. I'm manifesting it. They're looking for a solution. They're looking for a solution. I don't know. Their sexual energy towards you says Ten of Swords. It's dead. It's over. Or it hurts. Let's see their B-side. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. I just realized some of you are so young, you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Mixtapes, side A, side B. That's wild. That's wild. Some of you are like, what the fuck is she? And you had to Google it. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, God, that's so crazy. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that sexual energy towards Sag. Show me that sexual energy, please, towards Sag. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords. Show me that Ten of Swords, please. Queen of Swords. King of Cups. I'll be ducked. Duh. I'm saying this right now. I really wanted to dislike this person. Oh, I got a double clipped. I have to be careful. My hair gets wily, honey. It gets wily. It needs lots of control in there. I was really prepared to not like this person because I don't like conflicting energy, Sag. I don't like it. I don't like it. When somebody doesn't know what they want, chaos happens. If somebody can't make up their mind, chaos happens. If somebody doesn't know what their intentions are or what the hell they're doing or why they're doing it, chaos happens. You end up shooting yourself in the foot. You talk yourself out of things. You compromise your energy instead of making the best of it. Bad things happen. But I do believe in second chances. And I don't know that this person wants a second chance so much as they just want to make things right. On a very deep and profound level. Their mind is set on it not once but twice. And they're trying to understand, roughly speaking, their love for this situation. They're trying to understand it. With an ending here, and I'm sorry for the rough translation, it's just this person has very big energy attached to them. And I could spin this out for another hour easily. Easily. And I can't do that, but I'd like to be honest, because I think their energy is fascinating. So yeah, I was prepared not to like this person, but I have to give them cred. They are learning a lot. at one time. And it's no easy thing to confirmation of that. Learning a lot at one time. And I'll tell you what the ignition switch was, is the Ten of Swords, the ending. Put them in a position of learning things the hard way, but they are indeed learning. Whatever the ending was, put this person into a position of really thinking about their feelings in this situation, which means they weren't very in tune with them to begin with. And when we get caught up in this devil cycle, yeah, it's easy to not understand our feelings, or they get misdirected, or we mislead them, because we're getting lost in the tension of the moment and the excitement, and how it's always hanging, but not experienced or felt or connected with in the right ways. So it's easy for us to get lost in translation of our feelings or completely be detached from them. So I'll give them that. Most of the time I just see people succumb to this and stay there and then be in denial about it. No, I wasn't like that at all. No. Yeah, right. But no, so this person had the opposite effect. They're learning a lot, rapidly. I don't know what their conclusion is, but I do know that they are learning about their heart space, specifically their feelings, with the King of Cups. And the stars. The stars in sexual tarot is the height of what could be achieved and what we hope to achieve from fantasy into reality. So I dream it, so shall it be. They're beginning to understand there's something in here about the stars and how this could be everything they ever wanted. And is this what they want? Are they feeling the right feelings? Is their heart in this? And that was all triggered through the ending. So yes, they are indeed manifesting a solution. How that looks like and how it will unfold, I do not know. But they do know they want your energy again as the lovers. Whether or not they will embrace you as the lover, I do not know. But it's in respect of recognition for the connection between you two. Like, literally this person is saying, you are my lover. Or I see them now as my lover. I see that now. What else comes from that, I do not know. But I do know they want it to come back, or you to come back, or the connection to come back so they can make peace with it, bare minimum. And it was triggered through the ending. And I hate it when people have to learn things the hard way, but indeed, sometimes we have to learn things the hard way. Sometimes we have to be subject to someone's ending. Sometimes we have to trigger endings regardless. We only fail if we refuse to learn, and this person's refusing to fail, I guess. They want to understand their feelings. And I think they're achieving exactly that. So the stars, it gives me a close-up on that. That is very strong orgasmic fulfillment. The stuff of legends, releasing of one's waters. She's helping him achieve this because she wants to. And only she can. I mean, he's had orgasms before, but not like this. This person's had desires and hopes before, but not like this. It's different. They're saying it's different. They're saying it's different. It was more special to me than I understood. I don't know. It's different. You're different. You're different. This is different. This connection's different. Oh, this connection's different. Just learned that through the ending. It started out like this. It turned into this. It didn't start out like this. It turned into this. I don't know how I know that. It just turned into this. It didn't start out like this, but it turned into it. As I'm saying, we misconstrue passion, the intensity of our sex drives. It's going to turn into some devil drama stuff that keeps looping on a circuit. I don't think it started like that. I think that's what it turned into, especially if it was unrequited tension. So it might have presented one way as, oh, I know what this is. This is just sexy fun time. This is just me fucking around. Patternized. It's happened before. It's different. They're determined. They're determined to heal things with my lover. They're pulling that in. I wonder if they will succeed. They're learning about their heart. And it's different, it's special, it's unique. We couldn't see that over here, but we can see it here now through endings sometimes provide clarity, yeah? Okay, I've lingered on the internet. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. I admit I was prepared not to like them because I don't like inconsistencies. But sometimes we have to have endings to understand our energetic inconsistencies and our 3D inconsistencies so we could better understand our motivation. So in that respect, I give this person full marks. I do. So if you want me to sit there and hate on them, I was prepared to. I was prepared to. But I can't sustain it because then that would be a lie. I have to admit, they're doing a good job. They're doing a good job. Sometimes there's truth in endings, right? And sometimes we gotta have our ass kicked through pain and drama in order to understand it. And I hate that we have to do that, but we're humans. We're flawed. Sometimes we need a hard knock on the head. Sometimes you get a kick in the dick, and it's just, well, that's just us learning things the hard way, isn't it? So I give them that respect. They're doing a good job. I hope that they pull through with that manifestation because it does look clean. They want their lover back. I don't know what form it will take, but I just know that it's sincere. You understand your heart space. You understand your sincerity. You understand if this connection actually meant something to you or it didn't. Like legit. And it wasn't just a bunch of devil sexy fun time. No. There was something more in there. I respect that. All right, the Hermit. You. Walking the path of your sexual experiences. Again, not in a rush, just to get back to where you are. You're getting reacquainted with you, your emotional space, your Queen of Cups, and your Queen of Pentacles. That's great. That says I love myself and I know my worth. I forgot it for a while, but now I'm back in tune with it, or I'm trying to. Show me that Hermit, please. In other words, you're healing. Show me that Hermit, please. Virgo energy does not have to be. Also, P.S. You could have some Virgo in your chart. Well, we got all the Earth here today, don't we? We also have Aquarius, touch of Scorpio. You're here. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Okay. Page of Wands, Ten of Wands, the Page of Cups. Yeah. You're looking at this now and how hard it was over time. Again, the Hermit is time. He doesn't represent speed at all. This is a retroactive look of everything that led you up to this point, and you're just processing. That's all you're telling me. There's nothing ooh or ah about it. You're just processing. How hard it was to keep your attraction open towards this, how hard it was to keep your heart open towards this, and how there was a great sense of there's no pretty way to put this, and it's not meant to be an insult, and I suspected it from the very beginning. It was unrequited, and I strongly believe that's true, and I'll tell you why. In this deck, the Ten of Wands is unique. Burden, strain, hardship, yes, but this is also the act of first penetration in this deck. So what that means is getting to the point of two people coming together because they want to, and because it feels right and it fits right, because it is right. It was always a strain. In other words, it never felt natural, like it would come together. Okay. In that first act. And even if you did have full sexual experiences with your person, there was always a strain there. There was always a strain instead of the lightness and the healing component and the bonding and the frivolity and the easiness and the warmth of it. was missing. There's always a sexual strain that said it couldn't just be natural. So for some of you, it just represents that unrequited sexual tension and how it always remained low level between a couple of pages. And for others of you, even if you were able to experience sexual exchanges with your person, it never felt fluid or right. It was just strain, constant strain and tension, and it just reinforced the drama, you know. All right, your natural page. We're switching. Show me this page of wands, please. Dead center reading. A little bit of curiosity. There you are again, trying to open up through the disappointment. Show me that page of wands, please. Show me that page of wands. 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 Show me that page of wands, please. Show me that page of wands. I haven't even done Aries yet. Goodness gracious. Wheel of Fortune, the Three of Pentacles. There it is. That's the reemergence. It's the reemergence. I'll be ducked. It's the reemergence. Going out, making friends, activities, social activity. Yeah. All that. Are you putting yourself out there in small, manageable ways? Page of Wands, you can handle that. Anybody can handle a Page of Wands. It's a little bit of spark. It's a little bit, you know what, I want to go out to dinner tonight at this new place, or I want to go get tickets to that concert or whatever. It's just opening up in little ways here and there, letting your fire out in fun ways, you know. And then the Wheel of Fortune, Three of Pentacles, the Two of Wands. We're talking to a friend a little bit, relatively soon. I don't know about that yet. I want to say it's a reemergence. It feels that way. Show me the Ace of Pentacles, please. Yeah. Show me the Ace of Pentacles, please. Show me the Ace of Pentacles. I want to know if this person's successful. Show me that page. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that page. It's not a page. Ace of Pentacles. Show me that 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 Ace of Pentacles. What offer is this? It's a reemergence. There's a reason I do what I do, baby. Careful. 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 As steady as she goes. Easy. 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 You have some misgivings. I understand why. I got it. It is a reemergence. I wanted to know if they were going to manifest that direction successfully. That's a lot of power behind them. And I hope they make it to good use. And they put it to good use. But yeah, it's a reemergence. And it's coming across as, can we be friends? Okay. White flag. Can we be friends? Again, if you have Scorpio in your chart. Yes. Scorpio, if you have some very prominent Scorpio in your chart, check out their Intimate Tarot. It's very interesting. The idea was that we've always had a strong friendship regardless of our sexual intrigues towards each other. Always had a strong friendship, and there is genuine love between us. We can start there. And so that was interesting. That was putting the sexual energy aside for the sake of true friendship. It might be headed in that direction. Okay. I'm just saying caution, and that's fine. Would reemerge as friends, that's cool, so long as two people really mean it. And by that I mean we're really in touch with our feeling and the truth of our healing about this construct, and that it's a deep connection to me. It's not like this. I know that's what it seemed like at first, and that's how we probably both experienced it, but I understand now through the ending that this connection has a much deeper meaning to me, and I want to work through it. So the manifestation energy is through the roof for this person, and it's beautiful, and I applaud it. How it comes about in 3D, okay? You're still doing your job of healing. How it comes about in 3D is how I would expect it to. Time's going to have passed, and eventually there's going to be a conversation that comes up. I am seeing communication. can we reconnect as friends? Can we start there? I don't know who's putting that out there, but it's here. And it's this, how we experience things emotionally and spiritually can be huge. But when it comes to the 3D energy, we have to kind of prune it back and respect reality. And that means reintroduction through conversation, friendship, reacquaintance. And that's fine. I'm cool with that. How you respond to it is how you respond to it. Their energy looks good. I'm sorry it took them negative motivation to move in that direction, but hey, we need that sometimes. We all do. In order to understand where you're going, sometimes you got to go through some shit. Okay, you went through it too. But I see you being open to it. You seem to be responding. You are curious. I don't see anger. I don't see frustration. It's genuine curiosity. Time has passed between you two. And there is a proposal here to kind of talk as friends. A little bit of an exchange. Nothing crazy. And there is a proposal set forth. And it's an Ace of Pentacles, so it's legit. To reconnect. So I think it starts out as communication first. Text, email, letters, I don't know. And then it moves into 3D, where it's more visible. And I am seeing reconnection, and I'm seeing you with the Queen of Wands, your sexy, badass self, no doubt. Congratulations on your fantastic ass. I'm only cautious because there's a Five of Swords attached to you. It's either behind you, and you have misgivings, or you're nervous. I need to see what that looks like. I might go back to this. There's something here about concern for the passion. Most likely considering where you came from. You don't want to repeat mistakes. You don't want to connect with them for the wrong reasons. Especially if there's trust issues here about being used regarding your sexual energy, your emotional energy, somewhere in between those two concepts. That might be where the misgivings come from. Again, I know where you came from. And I see where it took to get you where you are. It would be natural then to have some hang back energy where I don't know about this. Okay? We'll see. I'll see if I can get back to that. Let's keep on for right now. I would think a little bit of trust issues would be normal after what happened. Okay? So that might be one of the fundamental building blocks as friends that you two are going to have to achieve first, is addressing trust issues. And by that I mean, the motivation for this, why it happened the way it happened, what were you thinking and feeling versus now, and rebuilding some very basic elements of trust. And if this person is manifesting peace with you and healing with you because they truly identify the bond the way you do, they'll have to be so brave as to address this stuff. And you will too. Okay? All right. Six of Cups, please, is in your sexual strengths is that I run out of ways to say it. You value your sexual connectivity with someone whom you love and trust. The bond has to be sacred, or what's the point? I agree. Show me that Six of Cups, please. Show me that Six of Cups. Show me that Six of Cups. Show me that Six of Cups, please. Show me that Six of Cups. See, I know. We've been working on our devil stuff. Okay? The Hermit with the Devil. We've been working on it. We've been working on it. I give you that credit. I'm giving them that credit. I hope you two can meet somewhere in the middle. Okay? I do. You both had to learn some shit. Excuse me. Four of Swords. Okay, you've been resting on this very subject with this, and how, and the last connection you had, was it a soul bond? Probably. Intuitively you feel that this was, and intuitively you felt very sexually and emotionally drawn to this person, but you also understood that you were divided from them. And you consider this a strength, and I agree with you. The components were there for you two to have a strong spiritual, emotional bond and a sexual one, but the elements were not falling into place. They were disjointed. You were correct. You put a lot of thought into this with the Four of Swords, and you're kind of wiser for wear for the whole ordeal. Yes, of course, I saw you contemplating. Your sexual, the High Priestess in sexual tarot is like the sexual GPS. I think when your sexual GPS and your emotional GPS, if you will, pointed at this person, it felt right and didn't feel right simultaneously. You know what I mean? In other words, you felt all the elements were there to have a strong bond with this person, but they were not playing out at the same place at the same time and on the same page between the two of you. And yet somehow you two kept this dynamic going, and it became extremely dramatic and addictive and high tension, high stakes energy that were sexual but were never alleviated, so on and so forth. So it's kind of like your admission of saying, I was both right and wrong simultaneously. Correct. I agree. And yeah, you can have both of those states at the same time. They're both truths, and they were both active truths, that they were both right about this connection and you were both wrong about this connection at the same time. I think your two compasses are trying to point at each other, but your compasses also sometimes don't work. It's like you both had a wonky compass. This means something to me, but no, it doesn't. This is a strong connection, but I can't actually have it in my life like that right now. I want it, but it's not coming out right between the two of us. And two are learning to dance, and you stepped on each other's toes a lot. But the thing is, you two kept trying to come together to learn how to dance. You see what I'm saying? In other words, there is no easy answer to this. It was neither right nor was it wrong. It was both. And yes, you can live in opposing states. Oh, 100%. That's life as I understand it. It is life as I understand it. That's why judgment is dual-sided. You are both handed judgment from the universe, and you yourself are responsible for your own judgment. It's both. Life is both beautiful and awkward at the same fucking time. It is both complicated and delicious. It is both deliriously happy and deliriously sad. That's what this is. It's like you two are trying to waltz without hurting each other, but you did. You loved each other. One of you knew it, the other person didn't. You both understood you were sexually attracted. The other person had to figure out it was more than just sexual attraction, and that this bond was actually quite deep and meaningful. You had to learn that you had enough history with this to understand it hurt you, but you still get. You see how you both had parts to play? It is complicated. And there's a reason why it's trying to reintroduce itself. They've made it very clear that they want to heal with you. It's interesting because I'm very curious about what this person understands the lover's connection to be. They're looking at you, right? It's like they're looking at you right fucking now. That's how intense their stare is. There's something about this person's eyes. They're highly observant. They are highly observant, I'm telling you. They're highly observant. Something about this person's eyes. God dang, they stare. They have very strong observation skills. Very strong. It's like they notice everything. Anyway, I don't know. But while you two were engaging in the past, not like that. And it was through the separation they started squinting real hard. Like that. I don't know. It's focused. They focused. Because now they're recognizing you as their lover. At least at the connected level, at the spiritual level. And they just want to know, and they're trying to answer that question, is my heart in there? It must have been, because at the end of the day, I'd like to work things out, or try to work things out with my lover. At least give it one damn good crack. Maybe one last time, something like that. And it's like they had to discover, because look, they're so looking at this so hard. What are my feelings in this? Well, the fact that they're manifesting it so much, and it's such a high quality, and that's high quality manifestation. It is. And at such a high degree, it suggests by default that they had to have feelings for this. Otherwise, why the fuck would they bother? No. No, no, no. You two have a very deeply connected and a little twisted connection. Point is, can you two stop twisting it? That's for you two to figure out. Anyway, I'm sorry. I thought it was... Yeah, no. Your strengths are that I acknowledge this connection to be both right and not right for me at the same time. Yeah, you both experienced it. I don't think your GPS was broken, honey. I think it was just not meeting up in the same place at the same time as they were, even though you both had the same elements. You see what I'm saying? Showing that Four of Wands is in the obstacles. It could be, yeah. So if that's true, Four of Wands is in the obstacles. Somebody could be in a relationship. It could be. And that would explain everything. The tension, the unrequited, all that. Finding ways to keep it in her life, and it just became addictive. Yeah. Show me that Four of Wands, please, in the obstacles. Show me that four. That would make sense. Or you have a poor view of relationships, or they have a poor view of relationships. That could also be what's keeping this apart, not necessarily that somebody's already in a commitment. It's just if you have a poor idea of what relationships are and you're feeling very strongly about someone, but you don't like to commit, you're going to see this the way you're going to see it. That could be it too. Somebody could be a commitment phobe. So they kept it all tension, all sex, all tension. There's that as well. The stars, Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups. Ooh. You really strongly feel that this person, you both are showing me the stars. What is it? Where are these two fellows landed over here? Somebody spends a lot of time pretending they're still not attached to this. It's not working. The stars, the Ace of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Wands. It's you losing faith that this might actually mean something in the long term. But you both are showing me the stars. You have a very strong sense of this being your ideal partner. And they have, in that way, that version of you too, in some capacity. You both see each other as ideal mates, emotionally and sexually, to be honest. But it's like we have this obstacle here that we can't get past it, that it's just another missed opportunity or won't take. It doesn't matter how much I feel about this person for the long term or the short term. It keeps, you keep experiencing this, so you two have had a couple of rodeos. You've had a couple of rodeos, yeah? It's a missed opportunity after missed opportunity, so that means it's happened more than once with this person. It just feels perpetually like a missed opportunity, and it just leaves my heart aching. It's an obstacle. In other words, you've come up against it before with this person. It's like, what's the point? I feel for them deeply in that respect that they are a star. But when it comes to a relationship with this person, I'm always shortchanged. The heart never seems to be in it. Or never meeting up at the same place at the same time. I can't help but think, Christina, or rather feel, that this is always going to remain a missed opportunity. And I'm always going to miss it, and I'm always going to mourn it. I'm never going to get to celebrate it. It's never going to be mine. And it's so close, right? That's a rather sizable obstacle. Especially if someone doesn't understand why they're emotionally invested in this. You know, it's just easier to see it as a devil thing as opposed to this is my deepest desire. And I want my lover in some way. Yeah, you can't help but feel that this is just a non-starter and that it will always be a non-starter. It doesn't matter how damnedly deeply you desire them. Emotionally, sexually, or otherwise. For you, it's all. You're always going to end up mourning it. It's an Ace of Cups that will not fulfill itself. You saw it back here, and you can't help but think it's always going to be the case. That a relationship with this person, no matter how you two define it, will always be difficult, obstinate, and obscure. Maybe you're right. So that Three of Wands, that might be where your Five of Swords is coming from. Like, again, If I engage with this person, there won't be a point. That could be where it's coming from. Because that's a heck of an obstacle. If you well and truly feel that this cup will never be yours and you will always be stuck longing for it and it's never yours to fulfill, that's a shitty thing to feel. So you've done this a couple times with this person. It's like duck, duck, goose. Somebody's chasing the other person. Maybe they'll pick me this time. Oh, no, they won't. And then how many years later you reconnect, you do it again, this time, etc. Always going to be... So I'm telling you, you two have all the elements in place to be each other's ideal partners. But the opportunity that is potentially here between you two has to be chosen at the same place at the same time. And that's the true lover's dilemma. Lovers is the choice. You both have to choose it at the same place at the same time for the same reasons. And you both actually have all those in spades. It's just getting you two to match the hell up. You know? Damn. You feel a lot better. Whatever this is, I see you giving it a crack. A damn good one, too. Your energy seems to be a lot more relaxed, and it doesn't seem to be in a high state of tension anymore. First of all, I see you communicating outwards, even outside of this dynamic, that you are doing much better, and you are in a much higher sense of self-regard, self-respect, self-worth, self-love. So the Empress in Sexual Tarot is tops. I don't know if you can see this. She's dressed well, but she also exposes herself at the same time because she's saying, I know what my value is, but I'm also comfortable with me and I can do whatever the hell I want. So good for her, right? Or him. And it's in that respect of I'm not shy. I know what I have to offer, but I also am comfortable with my status. I can live in both worlds, right? So here we have someone who is partially clothed, but royally clothed. Okay. And again, and she's out there on her balcony rocking her own space and time because she doesn't care. She doesn't care because she's an uninhibited creature, because she is secure with herself, her sex, her body. She owes no one an apology for being who she is. She wears what she wants, she does what she wants, when she wants to. But here's the thing. The Empress, despite that, even though it looks like she's kind of a little loose and free, on the contrary, she's highly, highly reserved. That's why she is secure. So I can do what I want, I can look like what I want because I'm confident with me. Not just anybody can have access to this. You can look, but baby, you can't touch. That's her energy. So she's only that expressive when she is secure. She is only that sexual when she is secure with her partner and only her partner. That's it. As far as anyone else is concerned, you can look, but you can't touch. So that's the best sexual energy you can have in Sexual Tarot. It is true sexual empowerment. I know what my goods are. I know what my worth is, and it's for one person only. First and foremost, it's for me. That's what she says. Right? First and foremost, my sexual energy, my body, is 100% my business. And whomever it is I trust it to. So the trust for her is way up there. The only way she can be so free and uninhibited with her partner is because she knows who her partner is. So that means she doesn't do anything randomly. So that's what I'm saying. She's the ultimate form of sexual empowerment. It's looking like we are emotionally harmonizing with somebody. And we're talking about it. We feel good. So, yeah, there was a reason you're looking out. And I don't know what the communication is, but it feels very right. And you feel extremely secure. I don't know that's necessarily with this person. It could be you in the general sense. It could be that you are in a happy, healthy relationship with somebody somewhere, especially if you perceive this person as being too hard as having a relationship with. I see a friendship here. I do. I don't know if it goes beyond that. You have misgivings about it, and it's going to require trust to reestablish that friendship. So I don't know you're necessarily rocking this awesome, sexy, glorified energy with them, to be honest with you. I don't think so. I don't. You told me as much as you value this person, they're still learning that they value you in the right ways. And I applaud them for their energy. But it's still coming forward in a way that suggests it's limited. I'm sorry. But also, I'm not sorry. I don't think you're getting this energy from your friend. I'm glad they want to make peace with you, and I'm happy that they can recognize you as their true lover. However, they still don't seem to be choosing you fundamentally. Not in that way. I'm glad they want to make peace with you, even if that means being friends, but you still find their energy to be dissatisfying. In other words, you still see it as this will always be a missed opportunity. There's something about you and I that we never get to come together. By all rights, we're supposed to. By all rights, we're supposed to be together, you and I. But we've done this before. You and I, we've done this before. You and I, it's like when we're together, all these roads are open to us, but really we just keep going in a circle, and that's not a relationship. You keep saying, I could have the forever with you, I could be your star, I could be your empress, I could be your everything. And I've tried that, and I keep coming up as a failure when it comes to you, or you do with me. Because you keep saying you have to mourn your feelings for this person. It's a non-starter. The relationship remains an obstacle, either between you or someone's in something else. And what that looks like, I don't know. It's not your business. It's not mine either. It sucks because I don't have to know who their person is if they are indeed in a relationship, or you are, for them to see who they're supposed to be with. You know? But you're not getting all this fantastic energy from a friend. This is someone whom you're emotionally and sexually stabilizing with. At the highest degree. It's not your friend. So again, I applaud them for wanting to wave the white flag and make amends as friends. And I'm glad that they finally see the connection for what it is, but they're still not allowing it to come through for what it is either. And you keep saying that to me, I love this person, and I would give them everything that I could. I love them. And we have flaws. They have flaws. You know they have flaws. And you know you have flaws too. And you're like, I'd even overlook this person's flaws if I actually thought this had a chance. But you and I never seem to have a chance. Not a real one. Ever. We've done this too many times. I'm always waiting. You're always waiting. There's always something in between us. We never match up in the same place at the same time. So I love you, and I cherish the bond between us. You can't offer me more than friendship, and there's always going to be this weird underlying tension between us. So I don't know who's giving you all that fantastic Empress Ten of Cups energy, but it's not your friend. Not yet. Not that I see. And you have to keep in mind, honey, that's as much their choice as it is yours. I wish I could tell you it was a happily ever after. All I can see them do is introduce this concept, readdress it as friendship, just to smooth things out, if nothing else. But they don't seem to be capable of doing more. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. Because you've already told me you can't be the Empress with this person. When you connect with them, specifically, and I see you taking them up on their offer. I do. I see it right here. You're still saying you can't trust the best of your sexy, passionate energy with them. There's too much distrust here. There's something here about, I'm afraid I'm going to be used or attached to you when you connect with them. That's not the Empress. So you do take them up on it. I do see you connecting with them. I see you having conversations with them. But there's still this thing of, I got to give up on it. There's always this obstacle between us. And for somebody, it's somebody's in a relationship, or somebody still has a poor construct of a relationship or a commitment phobe where they won't give it more. Either way, it remains the obstacle. And you're saying, it's just going to hurt me again. And that's in here too. I'd give you everything, but you and I are always disconnected in some way. We can never be at the same place at the same time and on the same goal. So I don't know who is giving you this fantastic Empress juice with the Ten of Cups and the Eight of Wands, but you're talking to them, or you will be sometime in the future. You are looking forward to it, and it seems to provoke some of the best energy from you. This, as far as I can tell, is going to start and stop as friendship only. More so if you two cannot work through your trust issues. It's always going to stay that way. There you go. And that's the way it has to be. So bravo to them, but they still have a lot more to learn. And you always feel like you're going to be in a position where you can't access this the way it's supposed to be accessed, which is the soul bond. There's a lot of love here. You always knew that, and they had to learn it the hard way to understand they had feelings for you that were much longer term than just that devil stuff. But until this person understands unequivocally and without apology that you, by all rights, are supposed to be in their life in that way, if there ever is a day where they understand that, you two will always remain divided. Okay. Can I get some advice here, please, for Sag? Can I get some advice here, please? Queen of Wands, that's you. That's what I'm saying. This is why, and here we are, hour 15 minutes. This is why I'm telling you, this is not your forever person, because you're showing me that you still are turned on by them. Yeah, that's not a crime. That's fine. The passion still exists, but you're saying you can't trust it. And this is who you're supposed to be. The Queen of Wands, who does not distrust herself at all. The Empress. True self-empowerment, sexually and emotionally. This is why you're not this person's Empress. They don't make you feel like one. Because they're not choosing you. They're not choosing you completely. I'm glad they recognize the connection. I'm glad they want to make peace with you so that they can make peace with themselves. But they cannot make you feel secure. Because they're not embracing it the way it's supposed to be, still. What happens to your friendship after that, I don't know. I see you reconnecting, but without there being any addressing of the trust issues, this person's not your person. And so long as two people continue not to choose this, it remains the same. And so long as somebody continues, the anxiety's over. Good. Death. Death has claimed your anxiety about the break. In other words, you stopped fighting it. You knew the break was correct, even though you didn't want the break. Yeah, exactly. You didn't want the break. You know this person's connected to you at the soul level. Emotionally, sexually, spiritually. But you also said, I'm always forever separated from it. And honey, you know, it takes into too much fantasy, not enough reality. Yeah, I know. Too much fantasy, not enough reality. You love this person, you know that. But the best parts of them are in a fantasy world or in your mind about what the love with them is actually like, what the sex with them is actually like. It's all fantasy. The reality has told you again and again, you two are perpetually divided. That's how I know the Empress in that Ten of Cups is not them. They still provoke insecurity. This provokes total security. You know they're still not going to choose you completely. Not in that way. So I'm glad that you two make your peace. That's good. That's lovely. I strongly encourage that. So I want to know who is indeed provoking all that gorgeousness from you. That's what I want to know. Who are you talking to, honey? That's the point. Who are you talking to in future? Yes, this person's your soul bond, but they're not meant to be in your life like that. And you've already had to learn that the hard way. There's so many things about your friend that you don't know under the moon. Dang it. Yeah, I'm not trying to focus on them, though. I wanted to see who Sag is talking to in future. Sun, possibly Leo. You might know more around July. Yes, it's them. Not the friend. There's just some things about your friend that you do not know and that you may never know about that connection, what the point of it was, or why they're still trying to be friends with you. That tells me you two have not still worked through your issues, particularly about trust and feelings. If you still are none the wiser about why they're in your life, that means we still don't know everything. That's what I'm saying. It's not your friend. You can't get this kind of energy of love, happiness, sex, and unity with a bunch of mystery surrounding your friend. What they want, what they're doing, why they're connected to you. They're still working through that. That's why it's not this person. This is who literally is affecting you in future. Ten of Cups. See that? There you are. Sunshine and happiness, warmth, sexy, sexy time. But this is true emotional, sexual energy that is in harmony and at peace. It is both loving, bonding, secure, harmonious, healing, restorative, warm, generous. That's why you're glowing. That's in your upcoming future. I don't quite know who it is. It could be a fire sign, straight up, Leo, Sag specifically. Or it could be time references between July to your birth season. I do not know. But it's healthy. And it brings out some really good qualities in you. Okay. I do not know about the future with your friend here. Your soul bond. You don't either. It stresses you out sometimes. The sexual energy is not good. It's still, that's why you showed me that Five of Swords attached to you. You don't know, and you don't know if you can ever trust that they will appreciate your energy other than just being sexual. That's how you opened up. Yes, it does. But the thing is, you still act nervous around them. So that suggests to me they have not confided into you their real feelings about you, because it does not, you're still not at ease with this person. You still feel like you have to resist the sexual energy towards this person. It still stresses you out that it's not fluid or natural, despite the natural bond between you two. And there's still this distrust element. It's like, I still don't trust why you're seeing me. And it tells me they have not assuaged your fears. Despite all their big thinking and all their big revelations, you still don't feel soothed. You still don't feel soothed. You still don't. That means whatever this is, they're still not choosing it. And they still have not made it clear to you why they're not choosing it. That's why I don't trust it. That's why you don't trust it. I'm sorry. So if you want to go on that rodeo again with this person, that's up to you. I don't understand the point of all this person's big revelations for you just to still be confused and uncertain about them. That tells me there's not enough progress made. So there's what we do with, there's what we feel energetically and spiritually, and there's what happens in the 3D. So I don't know why this person's trying to reconnect with you if they're not going to be authentic. They're still not choosing you. That means they're still rejecting their greatest desire. Which means you still don't trust their reasons for wanting to reconnect. Which means you don't feel any more easy. Does that make sense? That's why I'm trying to get you to distinguish between this person's energy and something else. Because this is coming back. I would just say, and that's up to you, how you choose to interact with it, if at all. If you well and truly feel that you can be friends, then you can be friends. But just don't be false friends. It will lead to the same. Okay? I don't understand what's the point of having these big revelations if you still feel uneasy about it. It tells me they still are not forthcoming with what they want, or that they're choosing you. In other words, it's still an energy contradiction, which means by extension it's still kind of lie. You don't know what they want. That means it wasn't explained to you. So again, it's like, what the fuck was the point of all these big thoughts if you're just not going to share them? You still don't trust them. You still don't trust that you're just not another devil piece of ass like they've experienced before. And if you're not, to them, they have yet to explain it. Last January might have been important. Upcoming January might be important. Summertime, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Last January might have been significant, possibly upcoming. But there's something here around the summertime, possibly I'm thinking about that reintroduction of friendship, waving the white flag, let's work things out. But again, let it happen organically. I agree. No point in release all expectations. I agree. So if you're holding out hope for this, I think you already know better. Even your energy told me the obstacle here is the relationship, Christina. Regardless of whether or not they're in something or you're in something, that's a big damn obstacle. Either someone is terrified to commit and go after what they really want, more to the point who they really want and deserve, or somebody's in a relationship and you feel perpetually defeated because you know it will never be. Like I said, you two, by all rights, have all the working elements of a long-term, loving, harmonious bond. You have all the elements, but you're not matching up and you keep saying it's just going to disappoint. It's not going to happen. It's not. It's a missed opportunity, and I just have to accept it as one. So that means, yeah, any one of those two. But those are the most likely two common scenarios. Somebody's already in a relationship, or somebody's terrified of being in one, a real one, a real relationship that goes beyond monetary value and foundation building. We're talking spiritual essence, emotional essence, sexual essence, all that. Okay. Winter. Yeah, less winter within a month. Summertime. Possibly some loose connectivity of friendship. I just don't like how you're still not easy with it. You're still not easy with it. You feel okay about reconnecting. You feel okay about catching up. But you still don't seem to trust their motivation, which means they're still not being completely honest with you about what they want. Or you're very terrified that you'll be used for your sexual energy, which is how you two opened up. It sucks because you mean so much more to them than that, but the fact that you're still uneasy about it tells me they didn't tell you. Tarot doesn't dictate shit. The human being does. If they really wanted to put you at ease, they'd be more honest with you. I don't know why they can't just say what they feel. Even if they're in a relationship, that doesn't make their feelings any less real. That still makes them just as real. I don't know. There's a relief in expressing your feelings, even if it's under the worst circumstances, because it's better out than in, you know? I don't know. This further out for some of you. Yeah, that would actually make sense. Anywhere between summertime to your birth season. That actually makes a lot of sense. I'm sorry, if this person miraculously turns around and says, I want to give you everything, Sag, trust me, that's a hell of a long road between your reconnecting and further out in the future. So I cannot in good conscience tell you it's the same person whom you have such a strong, happy, healthy relationship in. Because when you reconnect with them, you're saying you still don't trust the motivation. So it tells me they didn't tell you everything, or they still don't know what they're doing or what they want. I don't know, honey. Perhaps the reconnection between you and them is a hell of a process. In which case, this is going to take time to get all the gloriousness of it. I don't know. That's a hell of a long time span, and I'm just trying to look at the next couple of months. 2 P's. A spatula. Someone likes to cook. It's a hobby. It's a profession. The busy bee is upside down. We stopped giving our energy and attention to this. Yes, I saw you do that, and I agree. I understand why. You, the lightning bolt, tower moment, Scorpio energy, and then also really strong understanding. Something hits us. Cat in reverse, someone's not listening to their intuition, but you do have a giant big heart, I know. And we started swimming in our emotions appropriately. Pisces, sign of goldfish, sign of Pisces. And then also the ability to harmonize in our emotions, no matter how complex they might be. Accepting certain truths, no matter how difficult and or contradictory they might be. Okay? All right, I think that's enough. You know, I don't know why I did that. Optimist, that's you. That's Sagittarius, that's your medallion, but it was on the upside down. And it's your keyword is optimist. Yes, you are. And B. Okay. Yeah. Oh, sorry. That's enough for sure. Like I said, Intimate Tarot tends to be my longest reading types for real. All right, Sag, honey, I do hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. I really wish I could give you something more conclusive. It's just hard for me to believe. You're showing me Ten of Cups, Empress, Queen of Wands, suddenly feeling secure with a friend who you felt immediately insecure with. It's either a very short-term and long-term point of view with this person, or this is completely 2 different scenarios. One you can expect and know the outcome of. One is on the horizon for you, but further down the road. Okay? Like I said, I do hope this helps you. Put in the comments as you see fit. The next round of reads will be approximately 2 weeks from today, and they will be the 3-month overview. I do not know necessarily that I will see this or a version of it. I don't know. Tune in and we'll find out. Put in the comments. Take care. Be well.